Hello and welcome to the FanXT Fantasy EPL Commissioner Tutorial Series. This is the first video on how to start your Commissioner League. Before you start, make sure you know a little bit at least about fantasy football so that you can have a smooth transition. Now, right now, firstly, as you can see here, go to the fantasy.epl.fanxt.com/commissioner/landing, link also provided in the video description, and you want to go straight to create commissioner to start up your league. Now, for people who already have their login details or an account in FanXT, you can just log in directly as a member with your email and password. For those who don't, you can go and register now, as I'm doing right now. Okay, so what you want to do is fill up your details. Okay, so here I am filling up my details. And yeah, if you're a newbie, you can join as well. What you want to do is maybe read up a little bit about what fantasy football is and how you want to go through all this because there's a lot of settings that you need knowledge about, for example, budgets and things like that. Okay, once you're done, make sure you read the terms of use before you actually check the button. A lot of people don't do that, but don't worry, it's a very short T&C right here that you can go through within even less than 5 minutes. Okay, so now click when you agree to it and submit. Now in this part, as you can see here, this screen will appear after you log in or register in the first part of the video tutorial. And here, as you can see, I've filled in my league name and league URL and also a number of teams allowed. Okay, for the first part, which is the league name, you want to make sure that it's easy for your friends to remember because when you invite them, they want to search for it immediately. So any name can do. Here I'm putting Wendy Ultimate League. Now for the league URL, this one you cannot change. It's going to stay the same. Your league name, you can change it perhaps the next season or something. But your league name stays like this forever. So you make sure that you choose the right name and that one that you wouldn't want to change later because it will create, of course, a lot of problems. And the number of teams allowed, this would be the maximum number of teams that are in your league. So I'm just going to hike it up to 10. So I only have 10 friends, unfortunately. But you can, of course, go up to here, 100. Okay. So right now, if you still need more help, that you can mouse over the question marks or the info sign. You can get more tips, helpful tips along the way. Now, what you want to do is, after you're done all this, save and continue. In this third part, you'll learn how to set up your league rules. An important thing to remember is that in this step, it's very important that you adjust the values accordingly. Because, for example, at this section here, your budget, if you set it too low, then you might not be able to buy enough players for your team. But if you set it too high, then it may be too easy for people to of course, win, but that's not a real issue. The real issue is if you set it too low. So you really have to be smart about all of this. And don't worry, you can actually change most of the settings later as well. So you can actually go through all the settings first and then decide later and properly calculate. So right now here, there's two sections, budgets and transfers. In the first section, overall budget, you can set, right now I'm just going to leave at default. And the start of the game week, of course, which game week your league starts on, which EPL game week your league starts on. And under transfers, we have the next transfer limit, which is, of course, the maximum number of transfers per team. And the limit players from the same team. Here we have, for example, you limit only 4 uh, players from Arsenal or Manchester United or whatever. So once you're done with editing this part, you can save and continue to the next step. In this fourth part, you will learn how to set up your league scoring. Here we are, one of the most exciting parts of creating your own league, setting your own points for each player section, which is edit league scoring. Right now, you can see there's 5 uh, sections that you can change. The first one is appearance at kickoffs, which of course the points for their appearances and also for the substitutes appearances. Goals, lots of stuff here. Striker goal points, you can put it maybe at 20 or something. I don't know. It's yeah, you can play around with it. And then for goalkeeper, penalty saves points and saves as well, and other activities like assists, clean sheet, shots on goals, and things like that. And of course, the cards. So we all love cards. Yellow points and yellow card points and red card points. So once you're done with all that, of course, then again, I'm just going to leave everything at default. So as always, save and continue. At this part, you will learn how to set up the player's settings. Now, this is another interesting part of the Commissioner League. You can edit each player's values and positions. I'm just going to leave them all at their default values for now because there are, of course, 623 players. I'm not going to waste time taking you through all of them. But you can actually browse all the players by the actual positions. Here you can see defender, midfielder, attacker, or even all of them at one go. Or you can, for example, in the goalkeeper, Jan Alnwick from Newcastle, you can just edit his settings here uh, at the small little edit button. So here you'll see his profile. Of course, you can't change these two. That's just for your information. You can change the cost if maybe you want to make him 5 million to make your members easier to buy him. And you can actually change also the position. Maybe you prefer him as a defender or something. Your choice entirely. Save the changes. So once you have changed whichever settings that you prefer, or even change all of the 623 players, you can just move on to save and continue at the bottom of the page. This fifth part, you will go through the payment options, and as well as the next step, which is summary and confirmation. Now, for the payment options, once you have clicked submit to set up players, you'll automatically be redirected here that you're almost done with the registration. So if you want to pay now, you can have, of course, full access. You can just click pay now and they will redirect you to the payment gateway. For now, it's PayPal. Or for now, I'm just gonna click try out the trial version where you get 14 days. I'd actually recommend paying now, actually, so that you can, of course, enjoy full access. You can take your own sweet time to properly plan out your entire league. But of course, don't worry, even during the trial, you can actually purchase. There will be a link for you to purchase your full account. So let's click pay later for now. And you will see the final part, which is summary and confirmation. So here you can see all the changes that you have made um, from league info to league rules and finally league scoring. Of course, for player setting, it's a bit too much for you to actually see the changes. You would have to go back to this link, which will of course always be there. And yeah, once you've confirmed and you're happy with all the settings, you can go ahead and start now.